It's on. It's wired up. Everything's wired up. Only thing I need is I need a negative cable. And I kind of knew this already. I have to go get one. So I'll show you here. So the negative battery cable comes from here, gets shot up through here, and it terminates there on the side of the starter. So, of course, you know, before it was melted off. So, so I'll probably go to one of the stores and find me some cable. I also want to make some good ends up on that. Yeah, so that is an engine, my friends. It's on. It's done. Other than I need to put the oil filter on. I'll probably do that here in a minute. I got to put the air filter housing on. I left that off just so I can hook up the choke and throttle linkage when they come around here. I've got the fender in. So I'm going to start putting this all this stuff back together on the top here. So I need to get the wires. You can see where that's supposed to lay, and I've got a line in the way, so that should go. This should go on the bottom. That should go over it. So I'll fix little things like that, and I'll find the straps that go across and hold the fuel tank down. I'd like to get to hopefully the fenders today, so we'll see. I'm just gonna keep pressing. Right on. This is the best tool ever for cleaning this stuff up. So if you saw in the last video, I showed you I'm getting up to this point. So I just want to walk around what's completed here and what's left. So the engine, she's done. Bailey, why don't you come over here and you can show the back part of it. Back up a little bit. All right, so you can see it's all painted up. It's installed. I've got the rear fender installed. I've got the engine installed. Only thing I'm missing left on the engine that I need is I need a little vacuum cap that goes right here on the air intake. And I need a crankcase breather that goes from the valve cover over here to the intake. That's it for the engine. I do need a negative battery cable, but that's kind of the frame, not the engine. So I'll install the oil filter on this. I may even, well, before I do any of that, before I get to fluids, I also need to drain the hydrostatic drives motors. Because if you remember on some of the pictures over here, that fire was right here. Can you Bailey over there, please? Because I'm looking right here. That fire is right here. And the fire is here and melted all this off. And it actually melted a hole into the old tank. So what I'm concerned is there might be some contaminants in the oil in the hydrostatic motor. So better to be safe than sorry than run it with contaminants in it. I'm gonna drain that out. There's 2 filters on there. I'll price those guys and I'll buy them and go ahead and replace them. That way, when this thing starts up, it'll have all new fluid and filters. So that's the only thing left there. I have already installed the entire fuel tank, all of the wiring harnesses, the fuse block, and all of this is for your seat switch. I've got a new fender on here, a new hour meter which shows 0, new clutch and throttle. I'm hoping the gas needle works. We'll find out once we hook the battery up. So I do need a negative cable to go from here up through there and terminate right here. I've got a set of keys already. So the next step, the next biggest thing I've got to work on is this guy right here. Unfortunately, it's pretty nasty. This is the seat. And it's been burnt and it's melted to the frame. So I get the awesome job of going through here and figuring out how these guys come off. Unfortunately, I bought new seat covers. So the seat covers did not come with the foam. So this is where I get to be creative and I'm gonna refoam. So I have the covers, I'm gonna do the foam for the bottom and the back. I was hoping to get away with using this seat rest, the armrest, but if you look, it's burnt. So this one, I have a brand new one in a box over here. Fortunately, they were 90 bucks a piece. I didn't really want to buy 2, but I think to make this look right, I'm gonna have to buy that one. So the next step is for me to disassemble everything that can come off of this frame and put it in a box, clean everything up with my trusty DeWalt and wire wheel, and start bringing this thing back up, painted and primed. The type of paint that should go on this frame, it appears, I don't know, I'm torn. It looks like it was black paint at one time, but then I thought maybe it was the same paint as the rollover protection. So I'm kind of torn, should I paint it black? I think black would probably set it off a little bit better because you only see a little bit of the frame where the seatbelt covers are. And this stuff's kind of expensive, so I could probably go to this hardware and just get a good primer, a good black. And it doesn't even have to be glossy, I imagine, because that doesn't look glossy. But anyway, the biggest thing is it needs to be clean so that seat covers and stuff don't get snagged on anything and they slide over nice and neat and we prevent future rust. So that's where we're at. That's what I got to do. The good news is after I do these last things, so you should see this video and maybe one more, the next video, I'm hoping she'll be running and maybe I'll be cutting front yard. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.